I've come to see regularly
Yeah.
in my life.
Yeah.
Um, Even as of late, it's been a while, but um, it comes and goes, right? So,
Yeah.
so
It
for
changes
you,
you the first time. You learn to adapt and overcome it, but it changes.
dude, and I've come to realize it's cool but different. I'm a different version of me
Yeah.
every single time I experience it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Um, and hopefully better, but I think I crack a little bit differently. One of my friends, Jason, he had this really cool. Sent me a text when my dad passed. He said, I think it was like in China or forget where, but when they break like pottery, they'll mold it with gold,
Oh, yeah.
right? And then that'll be used to they'll sell that, right? Or they'll put it up in museums. And what a really cool representation, right? He told me like,
Yeah.
Caleb, I think this is something that might have broken you,
Mhm.
but there's ways that'll heal you, and that gold that'll mold you, and you'll become something beautiful, right?
So,
From that. So for you, you lost your friend, best friend.
yeah, two of them. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So talk to me about that. Those
Yeah.
those two experiences.
Yeah. I was, uh, I was young. Uh, I say that 10 years ago, 30 years old. Invincible in life, right? Never had death close to me. Never had anything happen close to me. It was always very cool to what that outlook in life was. Um, and then, within the matter of 30 to 45 days, I lost two very close friends of mine. Both my age, both young, never meant to pass that point in life. And yeah, it changed me as a person, really. Extremely thankful for my wife for enduring that journey with me. She and my child is just the same. They got to see the ugly side of what grief can do. Um, and did not have a positive outlook at that point in time. Life wins that, but definitely grew from it, and learned that you can look at life in a lot of different ways. And I really developed an idea of, well, not an idea, supported the thought of everything happens for a reason, and there's a plan for everything. Um, I believe I need a few more souls to watch over me, on a regular basis, and that's what carries the positivity and the thought behind it. Um, it was something that was extremely challenging for me. The first friend was had moved to Georgia with his then girlfriend, Georgia or South Carolina, passed away in his sleep. Uh, he apparently had some sort of heart condition that was never found or diagnosed when he was young. So, it was a cold call that never expected. That was early December of 2015, and then 2016 was my best friend. I would call him a brother growing up. We spent every second together. I mentioned it earlier. We'd spend time together, ready to kill each other.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We grew up together, thick as thieves, and he cheated death one time. He was in a car accident going down the hill on Route 13. Girl, drunk driver, come up the wrong way of the hill, hit him at, I think she was going 70, 75. He was going 60, no brakes, foggy, middle of the night, hit each other head on. I'll never forget seeing him in the hospital. I got that phone call, and he had survived. His mother pulled up on the scene, didn't know, couldn't find him. He was going to pick his younger brother up from the bus station. Never made it there, so his younger brother called mom. Said, "Mom, where's my brother?" Mom pulls up on the scene, right? His mom is, an incredible woman. Has been through a lot, and I'll never forget. He was driving a minivan that his dad's a contractor. Minivan is full of paint cans and lumber. I get to the hospital, and he's covered in white paint. Paint cans came forward, blew up, covered in white paint. Right. So I'll never forget that. And you start to in the moment. I was very upset. I'll never forget where I was when I got the phone call. Uh, but we were so close to the point where he looked at me. He's laying in the hospital bed, and he goes, "Brother, you're gonna have to shave my ass." I'm like, looked at him. I go, "Look, we're close, but like, if you need me to do that, I got you." And he just starts laughing. He's like, "I need my face." I'm like, "Okay, that just kind of tells you where that relationship sits." So that happened in his life, and he fought some demons to get back to regular, and um, came down with pneumonia years later. Uh, waited too long to go to the hospital. Finally did. Developed sepsis and passed away in the hospital. So I cheated death once. I couldn't do it twice, but um, it's a way that those things in life were very heavy at that point in my time. It's actually it's an odd part of life as I'm sitting here now. That was 2015, 16 ish. Well, it was, and I was working for the company I'm working for now. I just went back to. I left them in 2016 because of I was working alone, and I just couldn't handle life alone all the time.
Yeah.
So I took a new job, and that the crew I walked into was very tough, but they were there for me. So helped me endure it and get through
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So parts of life that again everything happens for a reason. There's a bigger plan, right? And there's always light at the end of what that tunnel looks like. It's just sometimes really hard to see.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, that's tough. And um, I would say too, to add on to that a little bit is the hardest part for me is just like the moments
Yeah.
because they stop, right? If there was a play, if our lives were a play, right? The curtains close,
Mm-hmm.
and we're still there watching. We're like, well, what do you mean it stopped? Where's everybody? Wait, the actor, right? This actor is our friends that passed, our family, and
Mm-hmm.
the curtains don't open back up.
No.
And it's that's the roughest part for me is being like, it's done, over, and then you start to realize like, well, we all have an expiration date. One day that curtain closes for all of us, and I guess for me that's the living life part, right?
Yeah.
Hoping that we did enough for all those people in our theater that are watching to be like this at the end.
Yeah.
That's what I want,
Mm-hmm.
right? I don't want the cries to come back. I want them, well done.
I really, yeah, I want the celebration. I want when my day comes, I want people to celebrate what that looks like and celebrate the memories and the ideas, understanding that that's an impossible task, right? I have now at the point of 10 years later can celebrate their lives, right? I went through 5 years of I'd be sitting at my desk and the memory would come through and I wouldn't be able to celebrate that moment, right? But I want people to embrace what the positives of that journey are, right? So it's definitely it's a better perspective to celebrate that life versus
Yeah, I came to realize it's pretty cool when you look at like I was talking about earlier, like China and the gold and the when you look at different cultures, right? It's all celebration
yeah.
of death, right? I love hearing like words like transcend, right? I love hearing these like not that it has to be positive or uplifting, right? But it does give a more positive connotation to the person that has passed or the
Yes.
person that is not here anymore in
Right.
the physical, right? And in that moment, I've found that I could um, find a second to be thankful, right? A second to be